If there's one product that just punches way bigger than it looks, it's Apple's HomePod Mini. So depending on who you are, you may be super happy with your HomePod Mini purchase, or you may be one of those individuals who will feel a little cheated in value from Apple's offering. I'm going to break down all the pros and cons of Apple's HomePod Mini and determine whether or not it's worth it for you. Before we dive into today's video, please do drop a like and subscribe down below. You guys have no idea how far a like and a subscription goes to help me produce more videos on this channel every week. When it comes to design, I think Apple delivered here. The HomePod Mini is the best looking smart speaker I've seen in a long time. It can literally be placed anywhere in your house and look great. I'm talking your kitchen, bedroom, bathroom, living room. Anywhere you put it, it's gonna look good. I got the white version and it's made of like a soft mesh material. It sort of feels like a sock, like a comfortable sock in my opinion. When you do summon Siri, it's a nice touch to see like a colorful glow on the top. I think that's a nice thing that Apple did there to make it look a little bit more futuristic. The power cable is high quality as well. It's so Apple to do this. It's a braided white cable that comes out from the back side of the HomePod Mini and charges via USB-C with the included power adapter. My only concern is that this power cable does not come off from the back, so it's not removable. So if you do run into some cable issues, you're gonna have to get it serviced at Apple or get a whole new HomePod Mini altogether. In terms of the physical controls on the HomePod Mini, they actually work really well and they're super responsive. This next part of the video is where the HomePod Mini really punches way above its weight class, and that's the sound quality. It's actually really good for the size of this thing. With just one HomePod Mini, it delivers a room-filling sound, and it's honestly quite remarkable. I was super surprised when I booted this up for the first time. Apple says this is due to their 360-degree technology built into the HomePod Mini, and I couldn't agree more. It works really well. When you compare this HomePod Mini to other smart speakers that I have in my house, and I'm talking like the Echo and the Google Mini, those ones, although they're good in their own rights, they do not compare to just how good the HomePod Mini is at really filling a room with sound. Also, quick tip, if you buy two of these, you can use them in stereo pair, and having two of these together, you really do feel quite immersed into the audio that you're listening to, given the size of these HomePods. Quick note about bass. The bass is okay. Like, it's not that loud. It's there, but you're not gonna be rumbling any walls. You're definitely not gonna be feeling any bass when listening to music on these. That may or may not be a bad thing depending on who you are. Like for me, I live in a condo. I have neighbors on the right of me and behind me, so I don't really wanna be rumbling the walls and get noise complaints. So that's a welcome addition to me in the HomePod Mini, but if you're looking at really blasting and getting some heavy bass, the HomePod Minis are not gonna deliver that for you. I did test these out with my Apple TV 4K in stereo pair, and they work. It sounds pretty good, and I think for a lot of people, you're gonna be pretty satisfied using these as just your speakers if your only alternative is like the TV speakers that you have built in.
Here.
Me personally, I would never use the stereo pair HomePod Minis to watch movies. They don't deliver like a cinematic movie listening experience in my opinion. Although you get really good left and right channels, there's like a sorely missing center channel, and it just makes the audio feel a little empty for my taste. Also, HomePod Minis don't support Dolby Atmos. Like without that, there's just no way I could use these to watch movies on a regular basis. Also, another thing, a single HomePod Mini, in my opinion, does not get loud enough for my taste. I love myself some really loud music, and the HomePod Mini, even though it's room filling, it sounds great given its size. I'm just specifically talking about the volume. It just doesn't get as loud as I would have liked. So I definitely recommend you buy at least 2 of these. And I think with 2, you'll be really satisfied with that purchase. Now I want to talk about smart homes. The HomePod Mini can act as the gateway for you to start building out your Apple-enabled smart home built all upon Siri. Siri can understand basic tasks and do that very well, like asking for weather, the time, your calendar, your reminders, but I still think Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa are way smarter than Siri by a mile. Like, honestly, no, make that like 10 miles. Like, Siri just still feels so limited in my opinion. Compatibility with the thousands of smart home devices out today is also an issue if you're building out an Apple-based HomeKit smart home. You might not be able to use like 70 to 80% of what's out there. So that's another negative to these HomePod Minis. But also at the same time, that's a very like niche group of people. Like the majority of people I know still don't really care as much about smart homes as I do. And I think for a lot of people, they just want to activate lights with their voice, play some music, and ask some basic things. I think Siri and Apple HomeKit does that really well. And you also probably own an iPhone or an Apple TV or a MacBook, and the integrations that the HomePod Mini brings to the Apple ecosystem is really strong. An example of that is I can finally ask Siri to find my phone, and it will do that. It will ring it for me because I lose my phone all the time, so this is great. You can take incoming calls from the HomePod Mini, which is kind of cool. It works kind of better than using the speakers off your iPhone, I think. But by far, the coolest integration with the HomePod Mini and the iPhone is handoff. While you're listening to music or a podcast on your HomePod Mini, you can hover your iPhone over the HomePod and it will actually transfer what you're listening to your iPhone, and then you can continue on with your day listening to that from your iPhone with a pair of AirPods Pro, for example. That proves to be super clutch, especially when you're in a hurry and you're listening to something on your HomePod Mini. You can very quickly take it with you on your iPhone and get on with your day. Another thing is that I don't live with anyone, but if you do live in a family household, the HomePod Mini can recognize up to 6 different voices, which is kind of cool. So for example, if you're asking Siri for your calendar, Siri's only going to tell you yours and not other people in the house. The HomePod Minis also do support intercom. So again, if you live in a big family home, you can intercom to different HomePod Minis in different rooms to send like voice messages to them. But I mean, at the end of the day, although all of these cool little new features are cool, Google and Amazon have been doing that for years. But I'm not saying that to take anything away from Apple. Like I'm happy that they're finally making some strides in the smart home space. But I think for people who are looking for complex smart home development or have a huge array of accessories that they want to integrate into their smart home, or they simply just want something that isn't a totally dumb smart assistant, I think you're going to be kind of disappointed with what the HomePod Mini has to offer in terms of a smart home perspective. So overall, is the HomePod Mini worth it? It kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for the best sound quality given its size, the best design, and strong integrations with the Apple ecosystem, you're going to be very, very happy with the HomePod Mini purchase, in my opinion. However, if you're somebody who's looking to build out a smart home based on Apple HomeKit and Siri, you're gonna first wanna do some research to make sure the accessories you wanna buy for your smart home are compatible with Siri and HomePods. And to add on to that, you have to accept the fact that Siri is just not as smart as Google or Amazon Alexa. So my guess is that if you are a savvy tech smart home enthusiast and you just want the most complex smart home possible, the HomePod Minis are still not going to convince you to switch over to HomeKit and build out a smart home with these devices. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please do drop a like down below if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're brand new to my channel. We are on our road to 14,000 subscribers. Again, you guys have no idea how a like and subscription go such a long way in building out this channel and helping me make videos every week. But anyways, comment down below #HomePod Mini, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next video. Peace.